This man travels the world. I saw him and met him in Johannesburg a couple of weeks ago at Emperor's Palace, and his stage presence was just absolutely immense. Got to meet him and get to know him a little bit.
The RDR Show with Robbie Durant.
14 years in the new skin business has this man been. Anti-aging skincare products as well as devices. Father of two, Bray and Zozo Ninja. I've watched a video of Zoe the other day, my goodness. And also obviously a warrior wife, Sonia, who is on the wall of fame for wakeboarding. He absolutely loves South Africa, as he said in the energy events, just saying that South Africa is one of his favorite places. Nick Wainacker from Orlando, Florida. A huge welcome to you on the RDR Show.
Thanks, brother. What's up, Robbie? How are we today?
Well, you've brightened my day because I think we're about 7 hours ahead. I'm loving the shirt.
Yeah, you are, man. We're 7 hours behind you now. Very excited. Next year we'll get rid of the time change. We won't have a time change anymore.
Oh wow! Okay, is it shifting across?
Yeah. When we spring ahead in next March, it'll never change again. So that'll be nice because the 7 hour difference now is like weird. But
well, look, being a sports guy myself, Nick, I want to know what took you away from sport and got you into this incredible business 14 years ago.
Well, 14 years ago, I don't know if you remember what was going on. It didn't seem like a global thing at the time, but it was. The housing market collapsed. So I started wakeboarding when I was 14. I saw X Games, I think when I was probably 12 or something. I saw people living a life that I wanted. I was just growing up in a little town in Alabama, and my reality was, like the path for me, if it was sports, was like the traditional sports, football, baseball, basketball kind of deal. And those statistics didn't really look too good. And so when I saw this sport show up, I started the day that I graduated the 8th grade. And I started competing by the time I was 15. And at 18, I got an invite to move to Florida to run a ski school. My first roommate was a guy that was from South Africa, born in Port Elizabeth. And we made great friends. He and my wife had known each other before that. She had been flown over to South Africa to be an ambassador to the sport in, I think, 96. And so, I started chasing my dream, and I lived the dream. We traveled the world for a long time, but my mom was with a direct sales company my whole life. 2005, a guy that I had known for a decade, one of the top pros in the world, called me to have me take a look at the company we work with now, and I was this guy. That's me at 25 years old.
Wow.
That photo was in 2005, and that's the dream that I had. That's the life that I was living. But the economy started to collapse in 2006 when one of the biggest banks stopped loaning money, and in 2008, I was 5 days before my son was born, our first kid. And I just got a series of phone calls. For right where we are today in history, 14 years ago and 3 weeks, I got a series of phone calls that none of my companies could pay me anymore. And so I was like panicking. I was like, okay, I got 2 houses lakefront. I know that one day I'm going to need another career because the average athlete retires in their about 31 years old. And it just kind of came crashing in, and I had no way to make money. So I called my buddy who had been with our company now. He'd been successful in those few years. Actually, that's the first version of that device sitting on your desk right there. And I just said, man, can you help me? I need money like I need oxygen. And so that day was Tuesday, October 30th of 2008. And it's because the economy had collapsed and there was really nowhere to turn to make money. And I just dove into this thing, and, the next 3 years, we just worked full out. My business grew into more than 20 countries around the world, and we've just continued to chase it to this day.
I mean, that's incredible that a company has taken you so far. You've been involved for 14 years. What does the name stand for, the company involved being New Skin? What does that stand for?
Well, so Nu Skin started in '84 as with a product formulation philosophy of all of the good and none of the bad. Very forward thinking. Like, okay, if we look at products that we're putting on or in our bodies for health and wellness and beauty, what actually are in those products? And most skincare products have alcohol base, a lot of petroleum base, and in the nutrition world, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors. There's a lot of hey, we use this ingredient, so our product does this, when in reality, there's no studies actually done or published on that product actually ever doing anything. And so it's all about the quality of ingredients and products. And so Nu Skin has just become an innovation company. That's what we're known for. We're known as a company that leads in innovation, both in how we create business opportunity for individuals and the technology and products that we bring to the world. And what we're known for today is our ageLOC brand, which is really where I started with the business, products that target the genetic source of aging in different tissues of the body.
Well, Nick, the company is currently on the New York Stock Exchange since 1996. Predictions are that was a $3 billion revenue turnover that could triple in the next 5 to 10 years. Your opinions on that?
So I actually heard some new information yesterday that I don't have the ability to disclose yet. But yeah,
hot off the press.
Yeah, there are new things in the works. Just as an example, here's a new product. This is a product called Meta that we just launched. It's not even available there in South Africa yet. Just launched it here in the States about 2 months ago. We've been in development with that product for 7 years. There are projects we're working on now. We've been working on for 3 years that are about a year to 2 years out before they launch. But if you just look at the health, wellness, beauty, anti-aging market in as a whole, it's about a $1.3 trillion a year business. And we're the only company in that space that has pharmaceutical grade products and ingredients that are published in peer-reviewed medical journals and have white papers, and all of our ageLOC brand has a money-back guarantee on it. So there's no other company in that space in 6 distinct product verticals that brings products to market like that. So the consumer has no risk to try and use the products. And we always have something new and innovative that we launch. In the 14 years that I've been doing this business daily, we've launched more than 20 new products. We went from this facial device, actually we went from that device in your hand to this facial device to, 4 years ago, we launched this device. It's become our number one seller. And we just yesterday, we introduced the very first smart device for home use anti-aging. So our device category and the customer integration, which we're now calling ageLOC Me. I'm sorry, not ageLOC Me. Empower Me. Nu Skin Empower Me. That's a movement to connect our devices through apps to get direct interaction with the consumer. And that's a whole, that in itself is a several $100 billion a year industry. So if we just grab small percentages of the industry as a whole, we're talking giant numbers.
Yeah, it's massive. Well, I think skincare products is one of the biggest in the world when it comes to revenue spin-offs. Looking at this machine, proudly in the Eastern Cape now, a Nobel Prize winning device called the Biophotonic Scanner. What is this baby, Nick?
So what you hold in your hand there, we acquired that technology from the University of Utah. Your hospital there in Cape Town implanted the first artificial heart, and that was developed at the University of Utah. Same place that developed that technology there. We purchased that for about $24 million back in 2003. And it's the only device in the world that can non-invasively measure antioxidants in your living tissue. And antioxidants are essentially your immune system. Nature has about 600 different antioxidants in it, in the plants and vegetables and things that we may or may not eat. Our body runs on about 60 different antioxidants. Some of them you may have heard of, like glutathione and beta carotene. But these are things that protect our living tissue from rusting and rotting, like when you cut an apple in half. And that device can measure how much rusting or rotting is happening inside the tissue of your body. So it's an educational tool that we can put a person's hand on that, and in 30 seconds, they can see really how healthy their immune system is or not. And then we've got a whole range of products that are money back guaranteed to use, that if people's scores don't increase within 60 days, they don't pay for the product.
Yeah, well, it's innovative stuff, top stuff. So let's talk about the business now. Who is the right type of person to join this business? Obviously, you become your own boss. That's the first advantage. But who's the right person, and when is the right time to join?
Oh, well, timing is always key, right? I mean, I wouldn't say that I was the right person. I'm a 25-year-old, long hair, loud action sports athlete traveling the world. I mean, I started wakeboarding because I didn't want to work out in the gym. I stayed wakeboarding because I wanted to travel the world in board shorts and flip-flops, But here I am, I'm 28 years old, and it's like, holy crap, what am I going to do? Everything that I specialized in, and I made money. I had a whole bunch of different things I did. I was the announcer of the tour. I was the editor of 2 magazines. I had a nationwide promotional marketing tour. But here I am, none of that stuff can make money. So I was like, man, what can I do? Nu Skin is an ideal business for a real entrepreneur. The creatives, the people that want the people I like to call meat eaters, people that, want to go out and really just be in control of their life. And that's the thing that I have found is to be consistent with people all over the world. While you and I may not have the same background, while there may be many people that end up listening to this that are like, yeah, but I'm not you, I'm not in that box. Everybody I've spoken to has the same thing in common, is that we want to live life on our terms. We want to be in control of what we do and who we do it with and when we do it. And so for people that want to gain that kind of control, that's who really is attracted to our business. And Nu Skin has a history of attracting real leaders from different industries because of how lucrative our compensation plan is, and it really pays for leadership.
Well, it's certainly a lifestyle business. And just check out, I know that you called Captain Fun, as your colleagues affectionately call you, Nick.
That's my handle, bro.
That's your handle. How do people join the Nu Skin revolution, become their own boss, and social commerce business coaches?
Well, that's the thing people love about our business, is that it doesn't cost anything to start. It's not like the direct sales companies of the old, right? Where, the pitch is get in on the ground floor. You got to be first one in. Oh, but you got to buy this starter pack. No, you got to go recruit your friends and family, and they got to buy this starter pack to get started. That sounds like some of those schemes. You know what I'm saying? Nu Skin is a company that's 100% based on our products. We have 300 to 400 products in the different markets. And we only get paid by moving those products into the market. Our job, the individual rep's job is to do the marketing, to get the products from the warehouse to the bathrooms of the world, right? And so you set up an account, you start for free. There's no cost, there's no membership fee or joining fee. We being the reps in the field, like myself, and why I travel to South Africa to teach our methods of business. We have a system we can teach people how to use social media and the broad global reach of that to start a business for free. And it's very common that people are able to be profitable in day one without any layout of cash. And that's from the coaching and the system that we have in place.
Well, I think you certainly have the good support systems as well, the teamwork that comes with, and the support that comes with, your business as well. Nick, now quickly veering off, I mean, it just sounds incredible. We're obviously going to get into a couple of shorter questions down the line. We're looking quickly at your family. I've seen your children, the little ninja warriors. I couldn't believe, I think I was watching Zozo go through one of the courses. I mean, you must be a proud dad.
Yeah, that's the whole reason that I really started this business, I used to have this fear that like, man, I either need to make a ton of money or I need to get skilled in a bunch of things because, you know, I'm going to raise kids and I want to do life with them. And so, we spend three days a week. We go to the gym for them to train. The gym's an hour away. So we end up driving a total each week of at least 6 hours for 6 hours in the gym.
Wow.
But we've been traveling the world. Both kids are world ranked. They're awesome, man. I just think it's such a great sport because it really develops all these it develops physical attributes that are applicable to other areas in life. And for me, that's what competition is. It's like it applies to other things in life. It's not just about this one thing. Where will they go as Ninja Warriors? I don't know, but I'm certain. And what we spend time on doing is applying life lessons and principles to what they're doing now. But those are the beast. But Bray's deadly.
Is he good?
Yeah.
Okay, I got to see some videos. I just saw Zozo yesterday, just doing a little bit of my homework, and my goodness, she was flying over hoops and pulling herself across the ceiling, and oh my goodness.
Yeah, she's strong, man. You know, kids are interesting, right? How they're so unique and different. One, my son he will do things and excel at things and like things if he feels like he's good at them immediately. Zozo will do things, you know, because they're there to do, and she'll get good at it because you can. She's more like her mom, just like driven.
And just quickly, you were a pro wakeboarder, so I mean, and your wife too on the Wall of Fame. Do you ever wish you could go back and do a little bit of that, Nick, in part time? Are you going to look at doing that, or is it under the bridge?
I like leaving that life in that life. It was fun. It was great. I don't like to live in the past. You know, every day is a new day. You know, we have there's always something. The idea of live life in crescendo, right? The greatest is yet to come. I do miss feeling indestructible. I miss the feeling of like looking at glassy water and thinking like, man, I'd love to go do this trick. And it's like a dangerous trick. You know, it's a trick that you could really get hurt on. And then go, do it, try it, work on it, learn it, crash, and be having fun in the crashes and looking forward to doing it again. You know, just that time in life where you are highly skilled, you can do what you think about, and your body you seem to just not get hurt. You know, you're like 8 foot tall and bulletproof. I miss that, but nothing else.
Okay, Nick, just to finalize, I mean, you know, this business is about the attributes of the person. You know, give us the key quick elements for somebody that is listening, might be keen to take the step in the right direction. What attributes does a person need to join the business? Being
coachable is number one. You know, willingness to learn, willingness to change, being coachable. See, the crazy thing is people massively they overestimate or they over fantasize about what should be possible in a short time, like a year. People are like, oh, well, in a year, you know, I should be able to create this kind of result. But they massively underestimate the compounding effects and results of what you could do in 4 to 10 years, right? Like Malcolm Gladwell's The Tipping Point, the 10,000 hour rule, 10,000 hours to be a master at anything. You find somebody that's on a musician that's got an album that's like hit #1 track. That track was cut more than 2 years ago. And you go, oh, they just like arrived on home base. No. You know, it takes lots of time. So anybody who's willing to take themselves on, take personal responsibility, that, you know, the game of 3 rules is what it's what I guide my teams by. Rule number 1 is I choose to believe that the past is perfect. Rule number 2, everybody, including myself, is doing the best that they know how with the given set of tools that they believe they have in the moment. And rule number 3 is 100% personal responsibility. I'm only responsible for the things that I'm responsible for. I am not responsible for the things that are outside of my responsibility. So what's on me is for me to do, and what's on you is for you to do. So if people can play life by those three rules, our business is a beautiful thing because it offers leverage and it offers ownership. It offers people the ability to ultimately be in control of their own universe.
Nick Wainacker, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the RDR show. We certainly are going to be walking step by step and growing potentially in the future. And we just want to say once again, thank you for your time. I know with the time difference from our side to you, keep on striving, keep on pushing, keep on inspiring people, especially in South Africa. You know, your inspiration here in South Africa has been absolutely incredible. I saw that at the Energy event of what you are doing for people's lives here in South Africa. And I've just got to say thank you very much.
Well, the feedback I've got from some of my leaders is how refreshing it is when we come over there to speak and teach our business, because a lot of people's solution for a long time has been to migrate to another country. Man, you got a real problem when you take the top people in your civilization and the solution is to go start over from scratch in another place. And we're saying, man, this is one of the hottest markets on the planet. Stay here. Stay here, build it until your financial thermostat is where it needs to be, and then move to wherever in the world you want to move. It's an incredible country. It's one of my favorite places in the world. The people are awesome. Is there corruption and things that could be done better? Yes, but every country has that.
True.
You know, and it is a great place to work and great people to work with. I'm incredibly grateful for the leadership and the team that I have in place there right now.
Well, I'm still waiting to have that Jack Daniels with you. Nick Wainacker, thank you very much. Take care.
The RDR Show with Robbie Durant.